Video by Andrew Clavin called How Not to Be an American. Saw a few seconds of video, thought, all right, let's see what happens. So happy 4th of July, which it's past, not only is it past 4th of July, both in context to when I'm going to be uploading this and when I'm recording it, but also just to stay in theme of this video, I don't know, shit, friggin' whatever. All right, before we jump in, we're going to read the description. I guess this will give us a consensus as to what this video is all about. So, as always, video shall be linked in the description and link to his channel, all the creators that I go over. Alrighty, so here's the description. Look at these clowns. These people hate America, and yet they still live here. Watch as I debunk their stupid ideas about the greatest country that's ever existed. Oh, Jesus, glazing. Your first argument, though, these people hate America, and yet they still live here. That is a good point. If you're an American and you don't like this country, such as myself, I fucking hate this country. I think it's a garbage trash heap, so I think we'll come across some interesting subject matter in this video. But point is, yes, if you hate this country, you should be working on ways to get yourself away. If all you do is complain and mope and whine about how garbage this place is while just not making a plan or route of escape, then it's like, all right, you got nothing to complain about. That applies to virtually everything in life. If like you're confronted with something in your life that you can change and all you do is complain about it, then it's like, shut up, stop. But one thing, if you were to apply some context that delegitimizes that argument is, what if you can't escape? What if your life's because, you know, America's a disgusting slave state that was designed to siphon people's lives from them through their siphoning the value from their labor. It's designed to keep people in their place, which is one of the many reasons why I fucking hate this place. And which is probably, you know, I bet you Andrew's probably going to just disregard that and gaslight it, because that's usually how a lot of Americans cope with that, you know, saying shit like, oh, it's the greatest country in the world. That's one of the things. It's like if you're impoverished, if you're forced into working most of your life and you just don't have enough money to get out, it's like you have more of an excuse to complain about it then. But yes, I do agree with the baseline of what you're saying. Yeah, if you hate this country, why the hell are you still here? That's a good point. Next, the greatest country that's ever existed. Of course a fucking American would say that. A lot of people everywhere you go, they say their country's the greatest ever, because that's usually how a country operates in order to maintain its position of power, whether it be amongst its people or just other people or just other countries, is to indoctrinate its people into saying that it's the best country of all time. Spoke to a guy from Egypt. Oh, Egypt. Egyptians are the strongest, most intelligent, brave people in the world. It's like, oh wow, I'm so surprised that you'd say that as an Egyptian. Of course you'd say that. Everywhere you go, you get garbage like that. Americans no exception. Only thing is, that's a big part of its identity, right? Jerking itself off as if it's the best, which is not. It's an awful, evil, backwards corporate empire that is designed to destroy and exploit and siphon value. All right, enough of that. Let's get to these points as we watch the video. Let's see what's going on here.
All right, July 4th is upon us, and this is, of course, the time when we celebrate the brave people who risked their lives and their sacred honor to create the freest, wealthiest, most prosperous, and most powerful country that has ever existed on God's earth.
Oh God, there's so much wrong. There's just so much glazing. Oh God, already. The strong and intelligent, capable fucking people who risk their lives to go find the greatest country, the freest, the most wealthiest. It's like, oh my God, there's just point after point where it's like, okay, first one, brave, intelligent, honorable people, they're just a bunch of rich frat boys who wanted to escape tyranny, which, yes, tyrannical, which usually their biggest gripe is taxes. They want to avoid taxes so that they have the freedom to own slaves. You talk about freedom, but you tend to, like, the people who do that, especially in America, they tend to put on their blinders. They tend to disregard how people are actively pushed into positions of poverty, and then they're blamed for those positions, and they disregard the immense incarceration rate because, you know, the prison industrial complex is a monetized industry designed to siphon people up and steal their lives from them. If you ignore all that, right, if you ignore just the fact that, like, America derives its immense degree of wealth in the world based off of slavery and exploitation and destruction and just thievery being one of the most evil places in the world, then yeah, sure, I guess it's the freest and wealthiest. You're free if you got money. If you don't have money, you're a slave. But I thought it was the freest. Oh no, just those people aren't people. They're just disgusting, grunge, lazy, dumbass idiots who just sit around collecting welfare. right? Because yeah, that's totally a sign of a quality free country. The fact that you need something like welfare, right? I thought your jobs paid you enough. Oh, you're all working a bunch. Oh, you're all doing what you have to do, or what the stuff that is told of you that you need to be doing in order to be considered a functioning member of society. You still don't have enough to even just scrape by. Weird. But I thought it was free. I thought it was all about freedom. The freedom to make money for other people at your own expense. Okay. Yeah, let's just ignore all that stuff. But yeah, the jerking off, it makes sense why this old grunge guy is saying all this shit, especially if he's in a position where he's benefited by the status quo, such as making money off of YouTube, right? Jerking off to his country, to other people who also like to jerk off to their country, because they've all been indoctrinated into believing it's the best place ever, despite it getting virtually everything wrong, having some of the worst healthcare, having the highest amount of infant mortality rate, having the highest degree of shootings, the highest traffic fatalities. It's linked to another video. It's from some guy, David Cross. I went over in one of my previous videos on this channel, and that tells you why America is one of the worst countries, entirely antithetical to what this guy's saying. All right, we haven't even started. Let's keep going. We're gonna come across shit as we go along, but let's see what happens. It's not gonna be good. I'm just gonna tell you that.
So, because my producers hate me, you can understand, look at me, you can understand why. Instead, we're going to be watching people on TikTok who hate America. They're going to talk into their cameras in the safety of this country with an army surrounding them that's never more powerful than any army that's ever existed before. They're going to use their First Amendment rights, which we have in America, to tell us why they hate this country. And the reason I'm going to watch this is because I don't have a screwdriver to drive into my head and end myself more quickly. This is brought to you by ExpressVPN, because that's the kind of people they are. Visit expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show today, and you can get an extra 3 months free and keep your data safe. All right, let's look at this stuff.
Only in America!
Happy 4th. If you thought I was celebrating the 4th of July this year, you were rudely mistaken. What am I celebrating? Because every year when I say that I don't celebrate the 4th of July, some is always like,
"That is so un-American of you. This is the day we got our freedom from Great Britain and our independence."
employers, companies, jobs now have the right to discriminate against me because I have a little sugar in my tank, because I'm a little fruity. Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome! If you're not new, time for the Daily Scrape! I'm not celebrating the 4th of July. The only holiday I will be celebrating this month is my birthday, which is on July 23rd. Aside from that, yeah, am I gonna look at the pretty fireworks that are crackling and popping outside my window? Sure. Am I maybe gonna drink a little? Sure. But am I doing those things because I'm a red-blooded American? No. I'm doing it because it's the 4th of July and I can't.
Well, I have to say, we're really gonna miss her, him, whatever that is. We're we're going to turn around. We're going to be sitting there remembering the fact that we're free and that, we're basically spoiled. We haven't been attacked. We haven't had to go to war. It's a wonderful, rich country. But we're going to look around and say, where's that bitchy, nasty person who cursed at us all the time? Why isn't he or she or what why isn't that person here? We really miss that. Oh no, maybe we won't say that. Maybe we just don't care. Maybe she thinks we...
Yes, and it's funny. Welcome to my channel where I react to some guy reacting to other people saying shit, where he says shit, and then I say about the stuff that they say, and then I say shit about the stuff that this guy says. Welcome. But some of the stuff that he was saying, it's funny how I just fucking railed my goddamn recycling. So the thing that the person in that video prioritizes is shit that directly applies to them. That was the first thing they brought up, right? As a gay man, they're getting discriminated against because they're gay, which yes, that is a valid thing. But it's funny how, like, because that's the thing that applies to them, that's the thing they care about. It is selfishness, but I mean, come on, he's an American. You can't expect anything better. The same way this guy is, making fun of the shit that these guys are going to be saying, which, we got to get to that point, but I mean, he has made one meme, whatever, I'm not even sure what that was about, but it's the same thing. That's the thing that guy prioritizes, and this is the thing that this guy prioritizes. The stuff, because he really seems to be a goddamn ethnocentric American with the way that he's glazing his shit-fuck country. It's like, dude, the greatest army, we've never been attacked, because we're always the ones attacking other people, and we haven't, there's war, there's always a war. There's always different wars that America's purposely initiating so that they can go into various countries and siphon the value from them. America, not just that, I mean, that's just what we quantify as wars. You disregard the other ways that America intrudes upon other places, right? Whether it be selling guns to terrorist groups so that they can overthrow other democratically elected leaders, or I'm not, the 9/11 stuff, right? Being aware that that's going to happen and then retaliating in a way to justify invading countries that had nothing to do with it. The Vietnam War, they were afraid of the spread of communism, so they invaded and they got their asses handed to them. He's just ignoring a lot of shit. He's just talking about stuff that like he cares about, which I guess the stuff that this guy cares about is making himself feel good that he was culturally indoctrinated into thinking that his country is the greatest in the world. Which America, if we're just talking about like statistical metrics, America is like almost the worst when it comes to America's, a lot of standards that America meets are akin to third world countries. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the quality of the healthcare, the sheer extent of fatalities when it comes to like gun deaths and traffic fatalities and infant mortality stuff. I'm just pulling shit off. I've already said this stuff, but also free. I already acknowledged that, right? The fact that a lot of people are in debt on purpose so that their lives can be controlled, right? So they can be siphoned into a system or a job that's designed to exploit their labor from them. The highest incarceration rate in the world. I mean, if you ignore all that stuff and you only really give a shit about the stuff that you care about, then sure, that stuff's real. But like that doesn't mean it's real. It just means that it's real to you. And yes, a lot of the stuff, like going back to what this guy said in the description, I 100% agree with that. If you hate this country and you have the means to escape, I have to add that as a caveat, because remember, this place is designed to keep you in here and to siphon your value from you so that you're battered into submission and that your life is stolen from you to passively benefit people who exponentially benefit, I keep using that word, from said exploitation, from you being put in that position. But yes, if you have the means to escape, like a lot of these guys complaining on their TikTok, their cameras, and their rooms and stuff, which, I mean, I can understand that. Why the fuck would you go out if, like, everything sucks and the people are just degenerates and backwards and idiotic and hostile and vindictive and vengeful, all that stuff. If these people have the means to escape and they're not escaping, then it's like, shut the hell up. I agree with you on that. At least we can at least we could find some common ground when it comes to that argument. But virtually everything else you're doing is just this. Oh, it's the greatest country on God's earth, the greatest army. It's like, shut the hell up, dude. You believe this stuff because it makes you feel stuff, right? Meanwhile, I'm pointing out what's wrong with all of your shit because the awfulness, the shitty nature of how this country operates makes me feel bad. And that's what I'm reacting to. But, okay, let's keep going. We'll find some more stuff to roast this guy on and the people in the videos. Because come on, that's also what a lot of conservative influencers do. Or just, yeah, I mean, it's usually conservatives. I don't like to break things down to right and left. I like to look at the merit of the argument itself. But if we're trying to use a general term to encapsulate a certain group of people or the way that they conduct themselves, it's usually a lot of conservative influencers who tend to react to dumbasses like the guy in this video that this guy's reacting to and just dunk on them because they're saying stupid shit. It's like, oh wow, who would have known? You go to a college campus, you talk to a bunch of dumbass college students, you're probably going to get a bunch of dumbass bullshit. You really want to know what, like, you really want to come off as if you know what you're talking about? Speak to someone who's well educated in their field. Speak to, like, fucking scientists. Speak to researchers. Speak to people who are, like, professionals. Instead of dunking on idiots to make yourself look better. But, I mean, it's all just glazing. All the stuff that this guy's saying, all the comments and such in this guy's video, it's just people jerking themselves off. That's it. And these people don't care about, like, the actual merit of a conversation or a debate or an argument. They care about making themselves feel good. The same way that these people in this video that this guy's reacting to, that I'm reacting to, are doing the exact same fucking thing. They're no different from each other, all just mindless Americans. So you can't expect anything more from these people. All right, let's keep going.
We just don't care. Maybe she thinks we care, and she's talking into the camera as if we care, but we're not the camera. And you can tell the difference between us and the camera because the camera might care, but we don't care at all. All right, let's listen to another one.
5 reasons I do not celebrate July 4th. 1. Independence Day did not free everyone. This country was founded on indigenous genocide by white colonizers who stole and then enslaved millions of Africans. Not much to be patriotic about there. Those enslaved folks then built this nation and its...
There's everything to be patriotic about that, because I benefit from that. What do you mean not be patriotic about the enslaving of millions of people and the slaughter, of which everything that you're saying is entirely true? But let's ignore that. Greatest country in the world, amazing, jerking off. And it's like, if you don't give a shit about that, you would see it as a good thing because you benefit from it, right? What if that never happened? America would have never existed. Therefore, these people would never exist. Therefore, people wouldn't be living the lives that they live. How is that a bad thing, destroying people, if I benefit from it? Who cares? Get the hell out of here. Idiot.
Built this nation and its economy without reparations to this day. Remember that the majority of the folks who signed the Declaration of Independence owned enslaved black folks. Some 75% of them. 2. Slavery was not fully abolished in 1865 with the Emancipation Proclamation, as you were probably taught. The 13th Amendment legalizes slavery as punishment for a crime, and black codes then established convict leasing, incentivizing the arrest of black folks for so-called crimes such as vagrancy, which was not being employed or, quote, appearing homeless. The 13th...
Also, sharecropping farms existed way after the fact, right? Because what do you do when you enslave a bunch of people for super long, make them uneducated, not knowing what to do, and then you just let them out free? It's like, oh, you're supposed to just apply for a job? Everyone hates you, all right? How am I supposed to make money? Oh shit, maybe I should go back to the very slave owners that enslaved me before so that they can give me housing and food in exchange for my indentured servitude. Also, another thing, the segregation stuff, because America held on, because, you know, it's a part of the American identity, the racism, the backwards, shitty values. It's, they've held on to that for another 100 years after that. The hatred towards particular minority groups, that's the point. When you get people to hate each other, it makes it easier for people to be shitty to each other, and through that, you can benefit yourself at the expense of these different groups of people that you've indoctrinated people into hating. It's awesome for business. It's great. That's why everyone's glazing about America. They look at how much money it has and how accessible in certain ways. You have to find certain ways to make monetary acquisition accessible to you, but there are ways in which that is the case. But it's like, how do you think that's afforded to people? You got to take something from someone. In the modern day, that has transformed into attention acquisition, right? In order for someone to make a buck, someone's got to lose it. In order for you to get somebody's attention, they have to take the attention away from something else that they could potentially giving their attention to. That's how it works. But everything he's saying, yes, entirely true. But on top of everything that he's saying that I can add to it, it's like, what do you think the reason to that is? Money, power, dominance. That's why everyone's glazed. That's why this jerk off in this video, the bald old geezer guy is glazing to his country because of how it benefits him personally. He just disregards all the shit that got him to this position. I'm talking like a long sequence, right? The go back hundreds and hundreds of years, all that shit. All this stuff this guy's saying in this video is entirely true. But again, if you hate this country and you're in a position to leave and you don't leave, shut your goddamn mouth. See, I can roast, I can shit as much. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. That's my goal. That's what this is for. It's to find a better place, better people, better culture, less egotistical, less violent, less dumb, less selfish, less entitled, less spoiled. Which that's another thing I agree with the bald geriatric dude. Like we are spoiled. Some people are. A lot of people are impoverished. A lot of people will scrape to get by or barely be able to get by after giving away all their time and their labor. But yes, a lot of people are spoiled. And the people who are spoiled, if they're complaining about America and you're not doing anything to get away, shut your goddamn mouth. Or at least try to figure out a way how to get away and then shit on it from a distance. Because that makes no sense. Why are you still here, dude, if you have the means to escape? And it's like, come on.
The 13th Amendment is still in place today, and that history of systemic racism and present reality explain why black folks are overrepresented in the prison system, why black folks are more likely to get more intense sentences, why black youth are 8.5 times more likely to be tried as adults than white counterparts for the same crimes, why black men receive 20 to 50% longer sentences than white men for the same crimes.
So here's the thing. First of all, a lot of this is not true because the conditions for black people were actually getting better and better until the Great Society, until the Lyndon Johnson programs that basically destroyed, almost wiped out the black family by paying people to have children out of wedlock. And that's the problem we have. And that's why they call you racist when you oppose welfare, because welfare is helping the Democrat Party because it gives them money to distribute, but is actually destroying the people it's supposed to help.
Gross. Funny thing is, the guy in the video actually cited his fucking sources, but you were kind of just like, no, actually all that's not true. Even though you brought up stuff and you highlighted these statistics, here's why it's wrong, and it's because of liberalism. That's why. Because they gave money to families and that broke down the family unit. Black people are doing much better nowadays. Okay? In contrast to, what, back then when there was slavery? When there was segregation? Oh wow, what a high bar you're judging based off of. I love the gaslighting you're doing so that you can reinforce your shitty backwards values. Oh my god. From your privileged position, which I'm also in a privileged position, but point is I'm not fucking, I can at least acknowledge how things are instead of lying to myself so I can feel as if the stupid shit I was told to believe in is valid and legitimate. But go off, man. Go off, Walter White. God damn it. Oh god, you can't expect anything better, like, given all the ways that he set up this video. God's greatest fucking country, the freedom, blah, 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 the money, blah, 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 blah. Even as if, like, America's the only country that's free, which America's the least free out of all the other free countries because of all the shit that I was talking about. Right? The enslavement, the labor exploitation, the shitty standards, the siphoning of value from people who are poor. Ignore all that. But actually the reason why all this stuff is happening is because we gave money to people. That's why. Okay. Gross.
However, I would be perfectly happy to say to this guy, he should move to the first country he can find where there's never been any injustice. He should move there immediately. In fact, I'll go with him. I will go with him to the first country he can find that has never had any injustice, unless when he goes to that country, he vanishes because he's gone nowhere. In that case, I'm staying here. All right.
Gross. I love the super far this way or super far that way. Yeah, oh, you hate this place? Go to a place where there's no injustice, as if that's a thing that applies to humans, instead of going to a place where there's considerably less injustice. I like the way you frame it to, like, pretend as if, like, it's all black and white, as if you can't choose a place that's better just in general when it comes to the way that it conducts itself as a country. Gross. He's like like at Thanksgiving, right? Invite over your stupid ass family and you all have your dumbass political, like, debates and shit. And this guy's just gross. I like that. It's fun. It makes sense. You can't expect anything better from people like this, but it's like he makes money off of sharing his garbage values and shit, and to other people who have garbage values, so he's able to make money off of just curating their attention, right? This guy's doing pretty well, which is, I mean, that's the way that it is, right? That's you're kind of supposed to do shit like this, right? Get people to listen to the stuff that you have to say, and he's niche down, baby. His niche is the dumbass Americans who fucking drank the Kool-Aid of their shitty ass indoctrination so that they could, you know, feel some quality, some type of quality from, you know, reinforcing their values by watching videos like this and living their garbage shitfuck life, right? Getting in their garbage car, getting stuck in traffic, eating their stupid shitfuck fast food. Right, doing their stupid ass traditional stuff, right, like blowing up stuff on the 4th of July, because, you know, that's just what everyone else around them is doing. Fucking owning guns and shit, right, like your average dumbass American. Not to say that, you know, owning guns and stuff makes you a dumbass American. It's just what makes you a dumbass American is if you own guns and then you build an identity around owning guns instead of just fucking owning guns. Oh, I like shooting. Oh, I like guns. I think they're cool. I think they're fucking cool. I mean, I don't think they serve a valid purpose in a modern civilized society. It's like, oh, I thought you were civilized, yet everyone has the means to fucking end each other's lives by the flex of their finger at rapid succession. Get the hell out of here. Why not just own the gun and then think it's cool and then not be like, oh, my freedom stick, but I'm an American, it's my God-given right. Shut the fuck up, you fucking animals, honestly. Oh, my car, I like getting in my car and driving around, having to pay gas and insurance, buy a car, and have my freedom to drive in a straight line and stop every fucking 3 minutes at a goddamn red light. Oh, red light, green light, oh, time to move. Oh, red light, green light, oh, I feel pretty free. let me just accumulate more fucking fat rolls as I go to the drive-thru and pick up my garbage fast food. Fucking Americans, dude. Gross. But yeah, let's just keep. I'm just gonna make fun of this with the stuff this guy's saying. I'm gonna keep making fun of it because it's funny. Fuck this guy. Fuck the stuff that he's saying.
I'm staying here. All right, let's watch another one.
I'm a doctor, and like many of you, this 4th of July, I'm not feeling super patriotic. On one hand, I am very thankful for the freedoms I do have afforded to me. But on the other, I am mad as hell about the ones that have been removed in this country. So today I'm going to use that anger and frustration and put my money where my mouth is. And I will be making a donation to Planned Parenthood and reproductiveaccess.org in the name of the justices who voted down Roe.
Got it. Okay. I was wondering what she was complaining about. She's complaining that she can't kill a baby. If she has sex, if she has a baby, she can't kill the baby. I would like to bring on a baby to tell you why he's celebrating the 4th of July, because now he can't be killed. I would like to do that, but the baby can't talk, which is why they can kill him without hearing from the baby. So maybe the fact that she's looking and sticking.
I like that argument. You have now we're not going to get into the abortion stuff. I don't give a shit what the fuck people are thinking about this stuff one way or the other. It's like, I'm just going to bring up the logical part about that. So you have the right to bring somebody into existence without their consent, but you don't have the right to not bring them into existence without their consent, or to remove them from existence. I mean, you got guns and shit, right? You like killing people, but it has to be justified, right? Yet, I find it selfish to create a life, to bring in somebody into this world without their consent. I mean, that by itself is already kind of a sin, because you're damning someone to existence. All the stuff that they go through, all the suffering, everything, just the trials of life, you're kind of culpable for that if you chose that for them. Because if you were to ask the baby, hey, let's just in a world where babies can talk. Hey, do you want to live? I'm a baby. Sure, I want to live. Cool. Here you go. Hey, are you a baby? Yeah, I'm a baby. Do you want to live? Nah, I don't want to live. Fuck you. You're coming in. Both ways, you're still doing something without the consent of that thing that you're either bringing into life or deleting. Either way, you're kind of committing a sin in context to what this guy finds to be important. So pick your fucking poison. It's either way you're going to be doing something that's kind of disregarding of what this thing wants. Plenty of people do want to be born. Plenty of people didn't. Okay? So which one's right or wrong? Which one? You tell me. Honestly, it's just everyone gets it wrong. But like, the other thing, it's funny how this lady's hair is colored. It kind of manifests the identity crap. Give me a fucking break. Get the hell out of here. And also, another thing. She cares about the stuff that applies to her. Parenthood, having a child, childbearing as a woman. Oh, wow, you find that to be important? Who would have guessed? I would have never. That's something that directly applies to you, and that's the thing that you care about. The other guy who's gay talked about stuff that pertains to gay people, and that's the thing that applies to him. So that's the stuff that benefits him. Oh, wow, I don't think I would have ever fucking expected that. Oh, my God. Another thing. It's all just semantics with the woman. Really? You're donating to Planned Parenthood as if that'll make a fucking difference, really? Oh, the politicians did this or that. I hate this country, but I also care about the stuff that they're going to be doing. Fuck all of it, dude. What's the point? You think you're going to make a difference with your vote? You show up to the ballot, you put your vote in, I feel like I contributed. As if, like, the country isn't corrupt, and as if my vote actually matters. Wow. I can see why you tell yourself that shit the same way this guy tells himself. It's like, oh, if you brought in a baby and it could speak, and it would want to live. Because that's how that works. Every baby, if they could speak, every human who's ever been brought into existence wants to be brought into existence. That's how it works. Cool. So we can just tell ourselves whatever the fuck we want. Awesome. Hopefully you see what I'm saying about the logic thing. To recap, bringing somebody in to life, deleting somebody from life, they're both involuntary actions. Both decisions that you're making on behalf of somebody else. Either way, you're committing a sin. Which the sin, I'm just using sin to describe you're doing something that's not very good. It's kind of mean, it's bad. Either way, you're doing shit without the thing's consent. So what makes that any different from... Oh, right, because that's expected of you, right? Having kids, right? You're human biology. You're supposed to ejaculate into somebody and then grow a fetus and then shit it out. And then that's what you should be doing because that's good because you're a human. And you have to do this thing because that's how you just, biology. That's what it's supposed to be. Even though whether or not you bring a child in or you bring a child out, you're still making a decision that is entirely neglecting of the consent of the thing that you're bringing in or out. Okay, cool. Let's keep going, but let's hear what more stupid shit these people have to say.
Sticking her face in the camera and talking on video is the reason we're hearing her, but not hearing the baby she wants to kill. Too bad. But you know what? We'll celebrate for the baby until the baby gets here. Have you ever gotten undressed only to realize...
Or we could eat the baby's fetus. Just put it in a soup. Add some fucking seasoning, dude. Add some fucking garlic salt. Add a bit of onion powder. Maybe a bit of Creole. Kick. Dude, don't let that fetus go to waste. Fucking scoop that baby out. Put him into that pot. Cook him up. Have a great July 4th feast, baby. Hell yeah. See, this guy, I thought it's about the excess, right? We can't be wasting. The same way my recycling goes into recycling, we gotta recycle those babies' fetuses into our soup pots, to which we can recycle it into our mouths, and then recycle it through our body and shit out that baby fetus fecal matter. Welcome to my channel.
Just only to realize you were in front of an open window? How did that make you feel? Exposed? Vulnerable? Well, going online without using ExpressVPN is like...
You already plugged, you shit fuck. We're skipping this. Of course a goddamn American only fucking jerks himself off about money. He spent so much time giving it up to the sponsor. Fucking shill.
To learn more. All right, let's hear another one.
All right, y'all. Today is what day? Right, it's the 4th of July, and I am wearing what? Black, and that is because why? Oh yes, because there's literally nothing worth celebrating today, because go outside and touch some grass and read the news. Okay. So what are we gonna do?
What is it, woman? What?
Burn down the patriarchy. That is correct. I'll see you outside at 2. I bring the snacks, you bring the bevs, and let's go, honey.
The patriarchy. That's a big problem, the patriarchy. It is a really big problem, because the one thing you don't want is men taking care of women and staying around to take care of their children. If that happens, women, it's terrible for women. Women, should be free to have children out of wedlock and watch them go to prison and take drugs, because that's the kind of country we want to have. I gotta tell you, these people are so spoiled. They do not know what they do not know. They do not know what the world is like everywhere else but here. I lived overseas for a while, so I got to tell you, I will be celebrating the 4th of July, even now, which is a tough time in our country. I will say that. It is a tough time.
You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
But I will be celebrating because I know what it's like to not be here. And they don't know because they're on TikTok, which is Neverland. All right. Are there more of these people? Why you do this to me? What have I ever done to you guys? What is wrong with you? This is just cruel. Never mind. They're never listening. Go ahead. Play more.
I also like the implication of because I think it's all garbage. Any president that you vote for, they're all bought and paid for by the same groups of people. It's corruption. Whether or not you vote for Joe Biden makes it no difference whether or not you're going to vote for Donald Trump. It's all the fucking same. They all don't give a shit about you. It's all the same. But I guess if you can just tell is it now that because Joe Biden's in office that things are worse? Is that how that works? But, if you get a different guy in there, ooh, he'll do some damage. He'll do some difference. He'll make differences in how much money you make. I mean, I can give you a personal example. Fucking my mom's stock value increased exponentially just because Donald Trump was in office. I wonder why that's the case. A guy who only gives a shit about money, who would have ever known? But now that Joe Biden's in office, the stock value's gone down. But it's what quality of life difference is there? I don't see a difference. People are still poor. People still don't have enough money. Corruption's still incredibly pervasive. There's still so much violence and turmoil and destruction. Oh, and it's been the same for every single president that there's ever been. So it's almost as if your vote doesn't fucking mean shit. And whichever president is in office doesn't make a difference in the overall quality of the country. You only give a shit about the stuff that directly affects you. Right. Okay. At least we now know where your priorities are at. Right? You're talking about these people being spoiled and entitled, which yes, they are. But so are you. Because I'm talking about Andrew, this fucking goddamn bowling ball head motherfucker. He only gives a shit about the stuff that applies to him. That's why he's reacting to these dumbasses who are sharing their garbage opinion. Like all these people in these videos. You're doing shit to make yourself feel good in the face of such immense like suffering and destruction. Really wearing black on July 4th? Oh, donating to Planned Parenthood in July 4th? Oh, wow, well, that's going to make such a difference. Instead of just you getting up and leaving. Fuck this place. Let it burn to the goddamn ground. But oh, let me just do stuff to make myself feel stuff in the face of such awful bullshit, as if that's gonna make a difference. Let me bring up my TikTok video and just rant and shit about stuff that directly applies to me. All of these people have brought up shit that they only care about. The gay guy talking about gay-related shit. Gay-related shit, sorry, it's just... The woman talking about parenthood, having a child. The other women talking about the patriarchy. Shit that applies directly to them. These people are just like this guy, Andrew. That's why he's reacting to this shit. Because this is the stuff that reinforces his dumbass garbage indoctrinated inherited values. Oh, I've been to other countries. And I looked at them through a narrow, skewed purview. And America, I like America. That's why I'm back here. Could you tell us which countries you're in? Could you tell us how long? Could you talk about how you lived life over there? Because you could do this shit anywhere. You can make YouTube videos from all around the world. That's what's so cool about this platform. But these fuckers still choosing to be in America. Is that why you're shilling your Express NordVPN VPN so much? Which is fine. Do the sponsorship stuff, but it's like your dollar value would be going so much farther in a different place. You like the crazy taxes and how it gets spent in the form of government subsidies for failing corporations and buying fucking bombs and missiles so that you can nuke fucking poor people in a different country. Is that worth it? Oh, do you like the unbelievably gouged prices of just everything? Your food, your bills, your fucking your insurance, your cost of living. You like that? Is that why you're shilling your ExpressVPN so much? Oh, it's supposed to be this way. Everything's supposed to be gouged. Everything's supposed to be needlessly expensive. Shut the fuck up. Animals. They're all animals. Everyone in this video, especially Andrew, they're just mindless animals. You can't expect anything better from these creatures. Instead, my advice, some optimistic purview to take from all this, do you. Find a way to make money, live your own life. Find a way you have to accept, embrace, and then exploit. That's how this environment works. There's not much else you can do. You have to give into it in order to get something from it. You can't just deny it because we all live as a collective. We all live in a society. You gotta figure it out, man. It sucks, but there's a way. There is a way.
Go ahead, play more.
In honor of Independence Day, let's talk about the French Revolution. Obviously, this is just for educational purposes. Don't take any tips or get any ideas from this, okay? So the main reason it happened was the income disparity between social classes. So there was rapid population growth and they were unable to adequately finance government debt. So that resulted in economic depression, high food prices, and unemployment. I know. But we don't have a monarchy, so it's definitely not the same as our situation. So got worse and worse and worse until they eventually stormed and seized the Bastille. Again, don't get any ideas. Strictly educational purposes. So that was the beginning of the end, and the French population actually contributed in rebuilding their society. All in all, it took about 10 years, so obviously change doesn't happen quickly, but it could happen since they were persistent.
I don't have time to take apart the fact that the French Revolution became a terror with people being beheaded all over the place and then became a world war with Napoleon conquering much of...
Yeah. Hey, we kind of agree on, not what you're going to say afterwards, but yeah, France is not a good example. Oh God, it's a better place than America, sure, but like not by a great margin. Like all these places, super gouged, lots of corruption. People are very much dissatisfied with the way things are. It's like, I was going to say something else, something about what she was saying, but it slipped me. It slipped my brain. So I guess we'll just keep going. If it comes back to me, which sometimes happens. Sometimes it leaves and then it takes like 5 minutes for it to come back, or it never comes back. But yeah, we'll keep going.
Much of Europe and also those glasses.
Oh, I got it. Again, why would you give a fuck? Just leave. Fuck this place. Oh, we gotta get together. We gotta be persistent. No, I don't want to fight your fucking shitty ass battles that other people created. Screw you. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do stuff that I want to do for my own benefit, the same way all these people are doing shit for their own benefit, such as complaining online, such as all this stupid shit they're talking about. No, fuck you. Let this place burn to the ground, not my fucking problem. Just because I was born here, just because I was raised here, doesn't mean I'm obligated to this place. I don't owe these people anything. And the same thing applies to you. You don't owe people anything. You didn't choose life. You live life for you. Do what you want. Find your own happiness. You don't have to do shit just because other people tell you to. Like, I think you should be a good person. I think you should try to be decent. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Look at this shit. It does not matter. Find a way to just exist. That's it. So you get a draft notice in the mail. Oh, go die in a different country because of the shit that our dumbass country is causing. No, fuck you. Burn it. Gone. I'm out of here. Fuck y'all guys. Hopefully this place gets... America will never get invaded. It's just, geographically speaking, it's just... How are they gonna come from Canada? Gonna come up from Mexico? They're gonna come in on boats from the side? America has great geographical advantage when it comes to that, which is why it's never been attacked, which I think is kind of an invalid argument. If you're trying to use that to encapsulate whatever the fuck you're saying, oh, America's never been attacked, we have great defense. Like, yeah, because if you lived surrounded by a bunch of other countries, you wouldn't be able to say that. But here we are, our own part of the planet, surrounded by two land masses on both sides. It's like, no one's gonna do shit. America can always just lob grenades from across the fucking sea, which is what it does. Drone strikes like no motherfucker. Every single fucking president drone strikes, all of them. Trump set he set the standard in terms of drone strikes. He fucking loves blowing up just poor brown people. He loves it. It's awesome. It's so funny, right? Ever played Call of Duty? You ever see those missions? I always hated those missions. Those ones that when you're up, down, you have to just shoot at people. It's kind of boring. It's like, come on, I want to just run through the muck and just... Granted, Call of Duty's not a good... It's all boring bullshit, but you get my point. Yeah, that also reinforced what I was saying earlier. They're all the same, all the presidents. They're all the same. You think voting left or right's gonna make a fucking difference? Get the hell out of here. Keep telling yourself that and keep suffering. Keep going, living the shitty ass garbage American existence. Keep telling yourself this stuff. Keep complaining on TikTok or making dumbass YouTube videos where you roast people complaining on TikTok. It doesn't matter. Do any of it.
Really, really stupid art. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, Napoleon was a tyrant. The people who ran the French Revolution became tyrants, and those glasses look ridiculous. Another one.
America is not what it once was. I've got some bad news for people who don't travel internationally. The world hates us.
No one thinks we're weak. No one wants to screw around with us. Nobody.
We aren't even statistically on top of anything, education or anything anymore. And I've traveled a lot internationally. Over COVID, obviously, I stopped. And there's always been an underlying tone that America is dangerous. However, I'm on my first international trip since COVID, and it has gotten worse. I have heard from every nationality that America is dangerous, but I arrived in Indonesia, which is a country that, a lot of people aim to get out of and go to America. And the first thing that my taxi driver says to me is that he's afraid of America because of all the poppy seeds that we're taking and all the jazz powder that people are using. And he's convinced that people are walking around the U.S. like zombies.
well, she is, but if the Indonesians don't like us, it's over. It's an old expression. When Indonesia doesn't like you, it's over. They used to say that. The ancient Greeks used to say that. If Indonesia doesn't like us, then we'll stop.
Dumbass. She said everywhere. Of course you're honing in on this one example that she brought up. Yeah, I've also kind of seen that. Even when talking to people online, they all think America's like... I met this Finnish guy. He was like, you fucking stupid, fat fucking Americans. Go eat your fucking cheeseburger. It's like, yeah, I mean, you're kind of got a point. Americans have one of the highest obesity rates because of corruption. Lobbies have allowed the government to create laws that allow them food companies to cut corners and to fill their shit with a bunch of addictive garbage, right? It's on purpose, right? And yes, America is unbelievably dangerous, and it's got a very justified stereotype when you go around the world and you talk to people from other countries. They all think America's just a bunch of dumbass, obese idiots who all own guns and are just on drugs and just... I mean, it's kind of valid, yeah. Pretty much. A lot of Americans I run across, they all walk around like fucking zombies, walking through Walmart. I gotta burn my 17 bags of chips. Self-checkout. You see everyone's just fucking fat and gross and yeah, pretty much. But let's get to a different argument, Andrew. Give me something cool here.
We'll stop, we'll kill Socrates.
Well, I'll take it all back. Call him in here. I'll renounce everything. Let's get out of here. Let's go get some Chinese food.
That's the way it is. So why are all these white women? You know, aren't white women the most privileged class in America? Isn't that what we're supposed to believe? Why are they the ones who are complaining? Wait, here's a black guy. All right, let's listen to a black guy.
You want to know what's funny in the most unironic way is I hate America so much. The quality of life is so bad that I'd be willing to commit treason for free. I'd be giving away government secrets like it's a Black Friday deal. You know, my little jingle would be, it's the season for some treason. I would do anything to get out of this country.
You know, it's too bad there are no planes leaving this country. It is really too bad.
Oh, of course. Actually, no. Actually, I know exactly. You already said it. There's no plane. Yeah, right. Because you can just get on a plane. It's not like you need money. Hey, that was a perfect example. Somebody has an excuse to complain. He looks like he said he made it seem as if he's trying to escape, but money is preventing him. But of course, Andrew, because he's a fucking just dip, put on my blinders, just get on a plane. Yeah, that's how that works. Let me just fucking do a cab, one of those fucking, let me just hitchhike a plane, because that's how that works, right? I don't need money to do things. I don't need to make a consistent recurring income in order to just exist. That's not a life. You can just get on a plane and get out. Look at all those planes in the sky. You hear that sound? Why don't you just get on that? Of course. Gaslighting. That's what that is, Andrew. That's what you're doing. That's one guy who actually has an excuse. If he's saying I'm trying to get the fuck out, but I can't because I'm being held here against my will, you got a point. It's kind of like the plantations back in the day. I recently got out of my garbage shitfuck crappy slave wage job, right? I sort of visualized it this way. I escaped the plantation, right? Now I have to make my way through the jungle, dodging all of the poachers trying to bring me back, right? Trying to get me to the debt pitfalls. And I'm fortunate to be privileged, right? Money is the only reason why I'm able to like make my way to the North Star and to find a place of salvation. But a lot of people don't have that. Most people don't. A lot of people don't have a support system. Money is where your support comes from. And people like Andrew want to pretend that's not how it works, I guess, so that he can keep telling himself his garbage indoctrinated views because it makes him feel stuff and his giblies. Gross. Yeah, that guy has an excuse. But let's hear, very last bit, let's hear what else garbage that Andrew has to say.
It's really too bad you cannot get a plane out of this country. You know, it's like, I don't know how to leave. I don't know how this guy could get out. Maybe he could, you know, like in Sound of Music, he could sing. And as he was singing, he could disappear. You know, people would be paying attention to the singers, but he could disappear and then go out and walk until he reached the Alps and then like climb over the Alps and avoid the guards and get, you know, bribe his way through into Switzerland or something like that, or he could just get a plane to another country.
Every day. You're a guy who likes money and understands the value of money, presumably, if you're doing shit like this and saying this garbage shit, but you're ignoring how you need that in order to do anything. Or you're making a joke about him having to get up and go through the Alps and shit. It's like, yeah, if you don't have money, what's your other choice? What do you think happens with a lot of people trying to escape their countries, like war-torn countries? They usually got to travel on foot. They usually have to risk their lives going across an ocean or fucking making their way past the guards or something. If you're talking about like North Korea or something, or you're in a war-torn Syria, some refugees trying to get across the border against countries that are trying to prevent them from doing that. Yeah, if those people had money, they could pay money and then get on a plane and leave. But if you don't have money, shit, can't just get on a plane, can I? Can't just take a boat. Can I? It's almost as if poverty's designed to control people, to prevent them from escaping. Whoa. Oh, wow, that's fucking crazy. I can see why you gaslight, Andrew, so you can lie to yourself, but whatever, right? You can just, delusion, right? The same way these people in your videos are delusional, you're just as fucking delusional. Cool. Very last bit, let's get through this slop.
Oh, there are more of these guys? Oh, thank God it's over. I love this country. If you hate America or enjoy...
Cool. Yeah, that was stupid. I'm gonna link to his video and all this stuff, but just don't watch this guy. He's fucking dumb. But don't give him money. Watch his videos through me. How's that? Give me money. Thank you for watching.